Head coach Matt Eberflus said the rookie quarterback's deposition with adversity was excellent. Why'd y'all put that in prompter? I didn't need to read that. There was no need for me to read quarterback's disposition and adversity was excellent. Don't put that many big words in conjunction. That was your take. And no. I separate my big words. I was reading. Y'all really had me read disposition, adversity, excellent, back to back to back. Shame on all of you all. Anyway, let's get back to ball. James, when I watched this game, I said either Caleb Williams is excellent, one of the greatest we've seen coming out of college, or I said it's preseason. It don't mean nothing. What did you say? How much stock are you putting in Caleb Williams preseason?
He a veteran?
Rook.
Oh, yeah, it's preseason for him too, right? Very first preseason for him too, right? Speed is different, right? We always say that. Everything's different. Speed is different. Things is moving faster. All of that. And he making it look like, listen here, man. This is what I do. Y'all in trouble. I'm about to take this league by storm. When you watch him play, he cool and calm like he was in college. Obviously, the biggest thing for me is what showed up in college is showing up right here on this tape, right? We knew in the pocket he wasn't really phenomenal in the pocket, but we knew what he was phenomenal at. And that's getting outside the pocket, making big-time plays with his arm, with his legs, everything. And that's what we are seeing in this preseason. And he's making it look easy, right? We just talked about Justin Fields and Russell Wilson in the preseason, both of them not playing well. We talking about this dude in the preseason making it look extremely easy. I'm telling you right now, the NFC North, Jordan Love, Jared Goff, this dude right here, Caleb Williams, is going to be a fun division for years to come. But he is like that, and he's showing you he's like that. And you can keep watching and saying, oh, it's just preseason, or you can watch it and say, he the real deal. Let's start game planning for him right now. Start putting that stuff in when we play him because he's going to be a problem.
Shady, all-decade running back you were. I was looking it up actually today because people were arguing on social media. When you talk about players who had the most rushing yards from 2010 to 2019, it's you, then it's Frank Gore, then it's Adrian Peterson. So that's the type of player in that order. In that order. Shady McCoy.
You say it's some chatter in an argument?
People just doing what people doing, and you know I'm like,
Frank got more?
You ain't got to love Shady's takes, but you better respect his game.
There you go.
No more, no less. So I was doing some research on Shady McCoy. Fascinatingly enough, none of your preseason rushing yards count because it's preseason.
Right. Okay.
So coming to you, Mr. All-Decade, to ask you firsthand, personally, knowing everything you did in the regular season, how much stock are you putting into Caleb Williams pre?
I mean, tiny little bit. But, man, I will say this. Watching him, though, it's like, yo, I knew I was right. I've been saying he's going to be a great player because he is that good. I watched him in college, and, like, I'm not super big on college, right, because I feel like everybody's getting in college. But when I watch him, he looks better than everybody else he plays against. Winning games, losing games, he still looks better than everybody. I watched him in the preseason this year. I'm like, yo, this dude is special, right? And I don't really care too much for preseason, but when I do watch him, it reminds me, lets me know, like, yo, I was right. He's as good as I thought, and probably even better.
Yeah.
And let's imagine when he gets to more comfortable with the offense, right? There's a couple times where I see he wanted to throw the ball, but he wasn't really sure. He held it a little longer than he wanted to. So imagine when he is sure and he is super confident, right? He knows the offense. He knows where guys should be at and where they shouldn't be at. All these type of things. He's going to be even better. I ain't going to lie, man. Watching Caleb Williams,
We're gonna be
Dave,
good.
let me
Hall of Fame. He gonna be in that class. He gonna look, I mean, he got a long way to go. But listen, I ain't gonna lie, man. I met his pops. I met his mom. I really want to tell him, yo, get his measurements. Because he gonna get that jacket.
Oh, no. Remember though, Shady, because I think it was 3 or 4 months ago when I think I brought this up on set. James, correct me if I'm wrong. And I was saying that there was some announcer analyst who said Caleb Williams is most likely of his class to be in the Hall of Fame. And I was suggesting, well, yeah, he's most likely in his class. And I think I was arguing with those around me.
You were
like,
by yourself.
Yeah, I was by myself saying you can't mention him in Hall of Fame. And I was like, yeah, but he's most likely. I'm not saying he's going to, but he's most likely.
Like he has that type of talent, right? So when I look at these superstar quarterbacks, right, the Hall of Famers, he got that type of talent and more. He's special. I mean, he's doing this as a rookie. And I don't want to, get into what's he know and what don't know, but I can say as a rookie, he don't know that much. He's a rookie. He's learning. But man, he looks special.
But not only that, like, those Hall of Fame plays, dog.
Yeah.
Like, take the preseason out of it because it's an NFL football game. Those is Hall of Fame throws and plays that he is making. If that was Patty Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre, whoever, we would be sitting here saying, my goodness, that's the type of plays that he's making. Bruh, I'm telling you.
Can we do this last rule, though? I love Caleb. I just said I love him a lot. Let's just leave Pat Mahomes' name out of it.
Them throws.
All right,
You don't have to.
you can say Aaron Rodgers because he's, I can say that Aaron and all that. That's cool.
Here you go.
But the Patty,
We was having a good
Patty
conversation.
different.
Hold on, before we get to
compare him to a first ballot Hall of Famer.
You know what I'm
Yeah, that's cool.
But
Yeah,
not
'cause
Patrick
Aaron,
Before we get distracted and derailed, I
Yes.
want to do something because a lot of people have been trying to say, well, what Caleb did wasn't that impressive. We saw it at times from Justin Fields.
Who
And
said that?
Colvin, get ready to play this iPad because it wasn't one play. I have not seen a Bears quarterback in, I would suggest, ever make 3 plays in a row that look like that. Could Justin Fields or Mitch Trubisky have made the running play for a touchdown? Yes. Could they have made the play before that? I don't believe so. And under no circumstance have I seen a Bears quarterback make 3 consecutive plays in a row that were elite NFL quarterback level. That's why I'm putting so much stock in what we just witnessed with Caleb. Where are you, Dave?
You know what's ironic is all of that magic happened on his last possession. I think he was in for 4 or 5 possessions, put that together at the end. And before that, it wasn't bad, but it was just kind of uninspiring. A lot of punting, a couple 3 and outs, nothing totally exciting, but that's how quickly it can happen. And that was what we saw of Caleb in college. And I think that's what the floor is. Like, it's not always going to be pretty for Caleb. We were talking about this. He holds the ball really long. That's going to bite you against NFL defensive coordinators who know how to bring pressure from different places. I think he can develop as a guy reading defenses. But this is him on day 2 being good enough most of the time and being able to pull that out of your hat 4 or 5 times a game. Yes, it backs up everything I thought about Caleb Williams, which is everything else is good enough. Yeah. And then a handful of times per game, he's capable of playing like one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. If that's where you're starting and knowing how you can develop as a processor, as a reader of defenses as you get older, if this is the starting point, how can you not be beside yourself with excitement?
Who was saying that those other quarterbacks would make those plays?
Many Bears fans were suggesting
there were
Justin
people,
Fields could
mainly
make
the running, talking about how Fields
and I
has
do
done
think
stuff
the
like
running
that.
play, of course.
But a key difference, not to cut James off, but Caleb Williams, when he makes those plays, is keeping his eyes downfield the entire time. Like, it's so common to see rookies get tunnel vision and just fixate on the first down marker or the spot on the sideline where they can get out of bounds. Caleb Williams is looking for the downfield play the entire time he's doing stuff like that, and even that makes him rare.
You know what makes him special, though, right? I used to always talk to Andy Reid about this, right? What makes players special is, okay, if I could teach this player and he can always get better and better and better, but there's the other part of the game where I can't teach him that.
Teach you that.
Yep.
And he's special at that.
Yep.
And that's what makes him good because there's no clipboard, there's no tape, there's no, you can show how to go in the pocket, go right, then go more all the way left, and then throw the ball my opposite arm to the other side. Like, you can't teach nobody that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he can do that. So small things like holding the ball too long, reading the safeties, all that, you could teach all that. But the stuff you can't teach is what makes him super special.
And you know what else you can't teach? And that's why I keep asking that question, who is saying that? Because I don't think these football fans truly understand how much of a talent pocket awareness is at the quarterback
He
spot.
got a lot of that. We see that.
Justin Fields as a runner, you think he more athletic as a runner than Caleb Williams? So why he takes so many sacks? Pocket awareness, right? Holding the ball. That's why you see a lot of sack fumbles, because it's pocket awareness. It's not that you can't run. Hey, man, time clock, pocket awareness. Understand where dudes is rushing from and where I can escape from. That's what Caleb Williams does really, really well. It was the same with Mitch Trubisky. It's a lot of sacks because the pocket awareness as a quarterback wasn't there. Pocket awareness don't necessarily mean scrambling. You know what pocket awareness means? Oh, my goodness, there's a dude right in my face. Whoa, here you go, Swift. That's pocket awareness. They didn't have that. Caleb Williams has that at a very, very high level, very, very young. That's the difference, and that's why I believe them other quarterbacks that was in the Bears uniform ain't making some of them plays, even with their legs, because of the pocket awareness. That is a special talent at that quarterback spot.
I'm going to ask you a question I don't know if you've ever been asked before. It might be difficult for you to break
The baby's
this
not
down.
mine. I'm joking. I'm joking, brother. Never know.
You've been asked that question before. I said I'm going to ask you a question you haven't been asked before, Shady McCoy. Running back vision, because James is talking about things you can't coach. Running back vision. Can you coach? Because that's probably the greatest tangential parallel I can draw between a quarterback's pocket awareness and something you can't coach. Running back vision. Can you coach it? Can you coach going to a full sprint to the C gap and realizing you need to cut it all the way back to the A gap? I'm in a B gap and I got to cut it all the way backside to the opposite C gap. Can you coach running back vision, and what is it?
I'm going to say about 70-30. 70% you got to have that, right? Some things you just can't teach. You can't be running left and you feel this guy on the right. But you don't even look at it. He don't even know you're seeing. And you step back or you cut back. That's vision.
Yep.
But the 30% is there's times where we're like, once I started learning the game, so for example, they'll draw up to block everybody. Let's say it's an outside zone, right? And you're scheming everything to block everything up on the front side. Knowing how it's blocked up, if it's a tight end coming to motion or not, or a tight end that's lined up to take the D end or go up to the backer, when you know that type of stuff, where now you know there's a guy that's free outside, right? So I don't have to see him, but I know how the offensive line is blocking to know that he's free, right? Or simple things where certain linebackers, right, depending where they are, or certain safeties, okay, coming in the box, okay, are they accounting for him or not? Because sometimes you have wide receivers that block safeties. But if you know how it's schemed up, then you know, okay, there's going to be a guy in the C or D gap that's going to be free. So that's why I said it's 70-30, because some of it's just knowing the game of football, and the other part is just playing. Like I'm running, I'm free, and I see things they don't know I'm seeing.
How did you know you had it? Because what made you a Hall of Famer, I believe, or a future Hall of Famer, what makes you, let's start here. What at least makes you the Eagles' all-time rushing leader is not anything Deuce Staley ever coached. It was never A. Shady, put two hands on the ball. It was never A. Shady, I need you to run through that running back. It was never running through the machines. What makes you the Eagles' all-time rushing leader was just God-given ability to be able to see what nobody else could see. How did you know you had, to some degree, what Caleb Williams has, which is just
you just got it, man. And I'm sure Caleb Williams can't even explain how he can do it. Andy Reid will always say this, man. When I would be running the ball when I was younger, the running back coach, the coordinator, hey, tuck that ball. Hey, tuck that ball, right? And Andy Reid one time said, hey, let him go. Let him play, right? So I remember after the practice, I'm like, hey, why you trying to ease off me? He said, because you have that God-gifted talent where you have such awareness of who's around you. You have such awareness where if a guy to the right and I don't look at him, I know he's there. So now when you get close to me and I'm doing all this, you think it's a fumble. Whoop. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel him. So it's just some things that you really can't explain or teach because it's all the way in it. When you watch some of them plays that Patrick Mahomes makes, looking this way, the side, like you can't coach that.
Oh, God gave you that.
God gave him that.
And I learned that coaching little kids.
Thank you.
Because my older son, at this age, he got really good vision, right? He know what he looking at. He got really good feet. Whop you. And everybody like, what drills do you do? He did them drills. Ain't none of that deal. He got that from up there, and that's just what it is. And
there's certain things with the vision, though. Like, I'm sticking now, you got me to my football, this mindset now. There's times where the place to the left, right? And everybody's coaching me the whole week to go to the left, go to the left. And I'm like, and the game come, right? The whole week we've been saying it, preaching over and over again, go to the left. And this something tells me in my mind to go right. Because I see the linebacker just screaming over the top. I don't even look at him. And the last second, I had to stop and go right in for a big game. And I remember looking at the lineman like, well, I mean, you told me to go left, what you gonna say now? You see what I'm saying? So there's some things you can't even coach. And that's what Caleb Williams has. So when we talk about like Hall of Fame talent, it's more of that, to where I can't coach you on that. So I'm gonna coach you all the way up to this point, and then be yourself.
Yeah, that's really
the funny thing about that too. The sideline be like, "Good call."
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.